Welcome, everyone, back to Raymond's Shamanic Life. Today, we'll be going over a few topics and a few changes that are on my Instagram regarding shamanic sessions. I will only be doing a few. It's not very much when you separate it all out. It's about $30 a session. About $35 a session. Yeah, that sounds a bit more right. I'm going to move to where I'm not seeing this come out of you. Okay. Why am I doing it this way? Most of the clients I get are either not ready for something intense or they don't have experience doing this work, and if they do, they're not familiar with their inner self. Some of these patients will admit it, some of them won't. Some of these clients will be, from what I've seen, oblivious. We work on ourselves, but then it can grow dull. So that's part of what I'm here for. So let's stop beating around a bush and go over what we're gonna do. So, with the contract does not discourage using medical treatment, but rather will encourage you taking care of yourself in ways you need to. So, yeah, let's get to it. Okay. So here is, see if I can get this moving a little bit to where I can scroll. There we go. So this is the contract. I put shamanic work contract on let's lay out the page. No, I don't want to make accidental edits here. Okay. So you will immediately join my jot form and you'll sign. You'll notice all these signatures need to be signed. This is just so I know you read it. So when you're reading this, please make sure you're reading all of them. I took a while typing this out. The first paragraph states, I understand this contract has when I am a new client, so we're talking about new clients here. I agree to release any personal information to the shaman, which will be me, that the shaman will need to help him, referring to me again, to do my work, I will say. I also understand I will only get up to 6 sessions at a time before I terminate your personal information. In other words, I delete it. I got personal information right now that I haven't deleted because it hasn't been. I'll get down to it when it comes. I promise that your information will not be just given out without consent or without your name. Well, if I do use your name, I am allowed. No, I'm not allowed to use your name whenever I tell a story, but I am allowed to use your story. There we go. That's better. Fluent. And this first part's just saying I'm not liable for medical, physical, mental during the session. That also includes your spirit. Again, I'm a shaman. I'm only here to heal. There's only so much I can do for you. So part of it is up to you. And I might just send you this video all as well if you haven't seen it already. And no later than 2 to 3 weeks apart. I will not do a session with you if you do not have it scheduled on my calendar. I go by my calendar. I'm always looking at my calendar when it comes to these things because it can change at any time. So just keep that in mind. And I changed it to where it's only Saturdays as of right now. No, not Saturdays, but Fridays. This idea was given to doing it one time a week by my master teacher, Shaman Lauren New. So that's where I get the idea from, and I may as well just give her the credit for it. Okay, let's keep going. I agree. He has a client. I will have first an illumination. What that is just chakra healing. A little bit more advanced than what I'll have you work on yourself. But this will be the basis of what I'm going to do. I'll be calling upon my guardians, my protectors, whatnot, to the space, hastily calling it in. I'll encourage you to do the same within this particular ceremony. Because an illumination is like having surgery. You're opening up the energy, and then you don't close the energy until the end of the session. That's what an illumination is. That's the best way I'll visualize it for you. Is just imagine you're having surgery, you're taking care of what needs to be taken care of, or reorganizing certain organs if need be, or whatnot. And then we'll close on up. I will accept payments through. Oh, that's good over, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, it'll allow me to give you guidance as needed. Okay. So, payment method. We're on a payment method. I will only accept, as of right now, Venmo or PayPal. If this changes in the later future because I'm getting consistent clients, I'll probably have you, when you're signing up, pay during the session. Well, not during the session, but pay when you're signing, before you sign the paper, before anything. And this just means you are interested and you are willing to pay for guidance. Again, it's just $100. This is only 6 sessions. So, my eyes, not too bad. So, this is a good way to go for it. You're getting 6 sessions. If I see here, if not paid before, it will be, again, I won't bother getting your information from you or anything because that's what the illumination's for. I won't ask you anything until the illumination. And so just be wary, pay that $100. That's all I need. I've had people cancel on me or not respond back to me, so I say you may schedule only 3 times, reschedule 3 times. After the 3rd time, I'm able to terminate your contract. Since I may, but it might be no matter what, because I did have a client who never made it to the session without letting me know. Quite frankly, I believe he just forgot about it. But yeah, I haven't heard from that client since. I'm fine with that. If you don't want to contact me, don't contact me, but just let me know if you're not going to make it. It could just be time zone difference and whatnot, and I could just be the wrong shaman for you. That client was doing a free session that I offered him. Yeah, that was no more, but I did tell him it's $10 the next time he wanted to schedule something with me. Okay. if you sign this contract more than 3 times, and it's due to rescheduling. And so, what does this mean? If your contract got terminated once and I have you sign those 3 other times, you will no longer receive service from me. This is nothing personal. This is just how I'm operating with this. And I've had clients who wouldn't reschedule with me at all. So I was like, okay, it comes with what I'm offering you, but you don't schedule on my calendar, I will not take the session. Okay. So that's all what that's saying. Okay. Now, my policy for rescheduling is if it's an emergency or, if it's only an emergency, or if you let me know, I don't mind if you will be late, just let me know. I can make a note out between now and then. And so just let me know that I agree to reschedule within 24 to 48 hours. So the day of, or sometimes it's last minute. I will say if it's an emergency and it's last minute, I will honor that. But just let me know. As long as you let me know before or after the session and time, I will send you it one other time. Again, it's only 3 times. I will send you the link. Hank, if that's the case, and yeah. And if I don't have this contract, I can't give you services at all, because I'd rather stick with the contract and what the service is. Okay. So legal whole agreement is that you agree not to sue Raymond Oscar. No, do not report me. This is a way of me getting paid. And again, that's just to let you know how the ins and the outs. So you can't report me on any platform. You can't. It's all available to the public. Everyone will know if I'm gone, and I will have to send this contract and say, hey, I got so man for this reason, but here's the contract. That's what I can tell them. If you do who sue, harass, or manipulate the law, they'll result in an instant termination. And so let's start with sue and harass, and then we'll go on to manipulate. Hey, so suing, you don't want to sue your shaman. No. So you want to make peace where the peace is needed, but again, I'm asking you not to do this. Yes, and there will be extra costs that I'm putting on you. Sexual harassment will be sexual harassment, verbal harassment, or just like online bullying or whatnot. I won't take you. So, if you're doing that right out of the box, Hawks, and I just don't want it. I'm around on people all day sometimes that are just as mean, just as rude, and we will not be bringing that to the session. Okay. Hey, but if you do have anger issues, please let me know. I'm I don't want to deal with harassment, but if you're like, hey, don't make me mad or this will happen, and if I hit that trigger where it makes it snap, that's on me. I'd rather deal with that consequence than have it straight out of the box. I will be triggering you during the ceremonies that I will be holding for you. A lot of it's online, but I do offer in person. We'll get back to that in just a bit. Okay. Yeah. In regards to manipulation, it's kind of like what we go over in day-to-day life. Like, don't blackmail someone. Don't. If you're blackmailing me, I will definitely be reporting your account just because it's not needed and I got a contract ready for it. And yeah, I don't want to deal with that. I've already had not clients in particular, but people online say I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing the other. I've had them say it. I haven't let it get to me. I'm not going to mention those people. I don't even remember their name, gamer tags, or anything like by now. So please just don't. If you lied to the law, that's also another thing. Yeah, if it gets out of hand on the live calls, and this is what you're doing, I will be definitely starting a recording. We'll see. I don't have enough experience for that. I'm sure someone else might have that experience and they might record their call so they have something to refer back to for legal reasons. So definitely keep this in mind. So if you do any of these things, that will be an extra $100. So I will be doubling your cost. I will be doubling your fee. There is a point where I'll just say, no, this fee is not worth it. I'll just not work with you. There is a point, but most of the time it's just harassment. I'm like, okay, I can deal with that. So just keep that in mind. And then, okay, so this is for in-person sessions. I will be revealing my state. I understand now if I want my session in person, and you, the client, must be in Ohio State, United States of America. Only I understand I may be charged more money, so for me to get there, you might be charged $100 or so. Just for me to get there, just because I take Uber, I take no, not DoorDash, but I take different stuff. I take the bus system and whatnot. If you don't trust me with online transfers and whatnot, you can always get me an Uber card that's with the cost on it for a ride, and I can put that. I will agree to that just because that money is for transportation, and I will be recommending that to you ahead of time. And for the use of transporting the items, the use of shamanic tools to healing, you'll also be paying for me to use these tools on you. So, yeah. Okay. I agree that I must be 18 or older to sign a contract. This is a very strict policy in the United States of America. Because with priests and shaman, they are legally bound to let you know this is what you got to do. A minor can't sign a contract. I won't do anyone under 18 without permission. If you are interested and you're a teenager and you're like, oh, I don't know, my parents are very Catholic, they're very religious, that's already a red flag for me. I'm probably just not going to take you to session if you won't cooperate with this. Has one. Okay. And if this is a minor, I ask, if this is for a minor, I as a parent will sign this contract completely for my child and have his signature at the bottom. So his, in this case, is very neutral. Just keep that in mind. I just want the name of the child at the very bottom, at least. I do have a section for that. So it would be parent here. And then, of course, the date that you sign it. And then you'll notice right at the bottom here is the signature. On the jot form, this is just 2 pages, but this is just to let you know while we going on. Okay. Now we're in the nitty gritty. In person. Your first session will be going through illumination, which is, like I explained, psychic surgery. Hey, if you're more familiar with that, it's just like having surgery. So I will want you to have a bed, chair, or couch ready. Hey, any of these options are good, but this will help you further understand comfort. I would rather you comfortable than uncomfortable. You're not there. I'm not there for me. You are there for you. You hired me to guide you. That's what we're doing. We're doing a guided session. And I will be asking you personal details before we get into the session. So if there's anything medical I need to know, you can either let me know that before or after the session. Nowhere in between. And I would rather know as much as possible. So if you're on blood thinners, if you're on some medication for your mental health, let me know so I know what to expect. I don't want to trigger something that I don't want to trigger her. This is for your safety as well as mine. So please, I ask you now in this video just to let me know before the session. And I'll further guide you and help you as needed. You will be sent home with homework. You will be taking 1 card and you'll be making a story, writing 3 paragraphs from that 1 card. So a 3-paragraph story, because we want to go as much detail as possible. I will give you an option if you only want to do 1 paragraph and you're like, this is too much, let me go. 1 is fine. But if you can and it's not too much, do 3. It's just 1 card. I swear that's all I'm going to have you do. 1 card. Okay. So after we go over the illumination, after we do the 1 card story, we will be going into shamanic meditations. So this will be on session 3 through 5, say. We will start by receiving our medicine animal, our power animal, as I mentioned here. What is a power animal? A power animal is an animal who helps guide us on our journeys. I will be educating you on that during a little bit more within the session, but that's all you need to know for now. I don't want you to get ahead of yourself and get it through another person, because I want to do it to make sure you have one. If you do have one previously, let me know, and we'll get right onto it. And we might just skip that part if you got it from someone else previously. Okay. And then we'll be going to different realms, working on your emotions. Okay. After all of the journey work is done, this is after your first time through everything. I will want you to practice and visit each of these places again. But after is where we're looking at then. After all the journey work is done, on the 6th and final session, we will be performing a chakra realignment, so psychic surgery, or decoupling as it's called, and a Reiki session. So we're going to merge the two together. They're not separate, they're together. This is just to realign yourself with your body and attune yourself to the energy. And this will help align your body into yourself. Okay, I already went over that. Align your chakras. So I will be moving your chakras if need be. If it looks disoriented or something, I will be moving it back into place. I had to do this to myself the first few times, and this will last up to an hour, of course. Yeah, that's all that last session is. It's just finalizing what you're doing. After 6 sessions, you can either keep working with me, or we can part ways. It's up to you. Sometimes clients don't come back to me seeking help, and sometimes they don't do a session at all and they already paid. So here is the first few uses. Okay. So online. Hi, it's very similar what we'll be doing. I mentioned my introduction here. The Daykeepers, right? Some people rather in person than online, so that's why I'm offering both options. And this is kind of just what we went through. And this will be a 1-hour session per session. So if you're wondering how long is each session, it's just 1 hour. So you're paying $30 for 1 hour per session, but you're paying on 100s. So I don't have anything else outside of this. I am willing to take questions from anyone who does have them and does want answers. Again, this is about you and your comfort. So if you have any boundaries and whatnot, you gotta let me know. Because sometimes I might do something that might push your boundaries a little. That's okay, we'll learn from it. And if you're like, no, I won't learn from it this time, I would rather cancel, go ahead and cancel. And again, I can terminate everything, but I got your money. So, again, it's all up to your comfort. Um, Things to note: don't break the contract. During these 6 sessions, it'll be about 3 months, 2 to 3 months before we complete this, and that's about a fair time estimate. And I'm seeing I made this video a little bit too long, but I really wanted to go into the nitty gritty. Hey, as you could say, hey, and really, I'm all nice and haired up and whatnot with my haircut, so I shaved as well. So that's what the update is with my sessions between now and the future. I will want you to sign up. If you sign up more than 3 times, it's probably meaning, hey, you are probably on a deeper journey to something greater than what some clients are willing to go to. So I'll definitely be making suggestions as time goes on. But I don't want to just keep taking your money. That's not my goal. My goal is to give you what you need. If you get too much what you need, it's like taking medicine, okay? It's a drug, right? You have too much of that drug, it makes you hallucinate or something like that, or makes you tired. That's the consequence. And what I do is medicine. It is a form of medicine in a non physical way. So listen to me for guidance. Key 1. Key 2 is making sure I know what I need to know. So medical, mental. I won't get in trouble if you're the one sharing the medical stuff. But if I find out when I get there you're on blood thinners, so I'll be like, we can't do the session because I didn't prepare for any other session. I will only be preparing for that session. So definitely take into consideration my time. Because I don't want to have to cancel a session because you didn't tell me something. Or I don't want to have to. I keep knocking into this table. Okay. I don't want to have to keep rescheduling that first session because it's just an absolute waste. Hey, it's because I gotta figure out how am I gonna do the ceremony with you having the blood thinners or you with having the psycho awards and whatnot. I'd rather know your mental, your physical health in its current state, and what medicines you're on, just so I can do my part and help you. Don't want anything else to happen. I'd rather help, not destroy. If this is too much for you, you're probably not the right person for me, but that will just show you where you're at on your journey. So before we get into 40 minutes here, let's go over some basics real quick. Heck of who am I and why am I doing this? So I am known as Raymond Oscar, and I am an apprentice shaman under Lauren New. Who Lauren New is teaching through National Intuitive Academy of Ancient Healing Arts and Medicines. That's a lengthy title, yes, but that's who I'm learning from. But for short, you could just say National Intuitive Academy because what the goals are is to heal, not to destroy. Okay, and with us, our own manner. Our goal is always to heal the wounds of the mind, the wounds of the body. So we're talking about non-physical wounds. We're talking about the spiritual wounds, the cuts, the scars that we made upon ourselves as time went on. So that's the goal. Why do I do this? It's because I want to contribute something. I want to help where others need guidance. That's always been my goal. I want to guide others where they need to go, not where they don't need to go. If you go towards religion, that's fine. I don't care. If you go towards politics, okay, that's another path. Why you going there is not my business. And it just continues on. Some people have turned their wounds into strengths, but most people, they can't. So that is where my role comes in. It comes in nice and strong. And finally, again, an apprentice shaman. The tribe I'm initiated with are the Daykeepers tribe. Despite Lauren not living with the mountains with the Daykeepers, she is considered a Daykeeper of the Eagle Nation. And this just goes into the prophecy of Eagle and Condor will one day fly wing to wing together, healing the entire nation. That prophecy has been fulfilled to its fullest since it's been told. That's what we're going to be prophesying here. That we will rise and grow. So, I'm not going to waste any more time here. What you will need to know is all the goals are the same. Everything's the same. Okay. This is what you need to work on. This is what you need to do. I will make sure to be letting you know my schedule, what I can do. For those who are watching before the sessions, make sure you're ready. I will not say this again unless if I have to, just to remind you, but be ready before your session. I will be going into detail and having you write things down. I will make sure you have reminders set. And yeah, I will be doing all sorts of stuff here. Let's go ahead, close off. I will see you all in the very next video of Raymond's Shamanic Life. If I have any questions, definitely let me know down in the comments, and I will see you next video. Have a good one.